Hello everybody, Dr. Bob here. I'm working on tip number 21, and today's topic is dry eyes. This is certainly something a lot of people have. It's also occurring in younger and younger people. When I started off with this back in 1989, I would see mostly everybody was, say, over the age of 30. Now I'm seeing people even in their 20s. What is dry eyes? Dry eyes when the lids do not secrete enough mucus and oils to lubricate the eye properly in order to keep the tears on the eye. In fact, sometimes, which seems a little strange, dry eyes are eyes that water. And the reason that they water is because there's nothing there to protect it, so the eye tries to protect itself, and since it can't produce mucus and oils, then it produces excess water, and then you tear. And when I say people, you have a dry eye, they kind of look at me like I've got two heads. Now, what's the cause? Well, unfortunately, it's like everything else. There's a lot of causes. Probably the biggest one is nutrition. We're not eating healthy food. Our beef is being fed genetically modified grains. It has even a new kind of, well, we don't know, it's not a bacteria, it's not a virus, it's a new bug that so far has not been named. We know that's contributing to problems in people's health. And so we're not eating, when you're not eating healthy beef and they fed it corn, then you've decreased the beneficial fatty acids like the omega-3s and the CLAs, that's conjugated linoleic acid. And these are important, and we're not getting them. Certainly there's other things. You certainly don't want to eat fish that has been farm raised, because almost all of it has PCBs and dioxins and certainly mercury. If you're going to eat fish and you want some fishy oils, the good stuff, you want to do wild salmon out of the Atlantic or the Pacific, but wild meaning caught and not having been farm raised. There are some supplements that can help. We can certainly help you that if you come by the office. And the other thing is plugs. Now, plugs are really popular prior to 10 years ago. And then all of a sudden doctors realized, hey, if we use plugs and everybody gets well, then they're not going to come back and we can't make money. So there's kind of a concerted effort today among eye doctors not to use plugs. Now, on the other hand, we have a dissolvable one that lasts about 5 months, which really is great. I did a friend of mine not long ago, and her eyes were way improved just from the time of walking out of the office, getting in the car, and starting down the interstate. So there is no objection, I think, to a plug, particularly a dissolvable plug. And what happens is people go, well, plug, what is that? We put it inside your tear duct. We always do the upper lid first, because putting it in the lower lids is not good and it will not relieve your dryness. It has to be in the upper lid. I only say this because I've done 3,000 people outside the United States on mission clinics, and I've done about 1,000 here in the States, and that has just always worked out best. So you want the plugs. I think I have them, my wife has them, and we've been way better through our lives. In fact, I couldn't wear contacts today if it wasn't for that. So again, there's artificial tears. Some of them are good, some of them are terrible. There's supplements that can help, and certainly the plugs can help. So if you like, come see me. I'm Dr. Bob. My last name is Bard. I'm next to Eyecrafters at the mall in Arlington, Texas. I'd be more than happy to see you, check you out, and go from that. And oh, and I forgot to add that the temporary plug is not very expensive, so it's certainly something that people can afford and many times get a lot of relief.